Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So time to preview the update for the month of May. So this month we will be getting episode 4. Now this will start on the 21st of May. So I will have some thoughts about that as well. I feel like they should try and start a new season or a new episode or have the big update towards the start of the month. I think it creates a better feel for the whole thing because think about it. If you have the update on the 7th of a month, at the start of the month on the 1st, let's say, you'll be hyped, okay, next week we are getting some content, some new update, new season or whatever. And then when the update comes out, you're busy playing it during the middle of the month and the third week. And then towards the end of the month, you are thinking, okay, we played and we're done now. And then we can look forward to the next update, which is on the 5th or the 7th. So again, that cycle repeats and there's less downtime, in my opinion. Because right now we got the update in April on the 16th. We played a bunch of it. We did the Onslaught and stuff. And by the 29th, they removed the Onslaught. They had done most of the content. And now from the start of May until the 21st, there's a lot of downtime and we are all just waiting because, yeah, it's at the end of the month. It kills the hype, in my opinion. So I think around the 7th of the month, I think that's a sweet spot towards the end of the first week, let's say. And then that way, the whole month is more occupied with content and it just feels that way, even if there isn't that much content. And then, of course, with the next month, you are mentally looking at the next thing and so on. So right now, it's just, oh, it's at the end of the month. You've sort of already given up. Anyway, just wanted to have a few thoughts on that. I don't know the exact reason why they're doing this, but it is what it is. Now, with the episode 4 starting on the 21st of May, if we were to consider the similar pattern they have used so far, every new battle pass or new episode has been about 3 months or so, give or take. That should mean we will be done with this episode towards the end of August, meaning the start of season 4, or as we've seen with the roadmap, the summer update. That should probably be end of August, maybe even early September if there are further delays. So just keep that in mind because they tend to not have a fixed date, obviously, because of delays and other things. And I've seen some people get excited hoping it will be June or July. It can't be June or July. Let's be realistic. If May 21st is the start of episode 4 and all the episodes and the battle passes, they all run for 12, 13 weeks, that takes it to around 20th of August minimum. More likely 27th, or even if they push it further, it will be the 3rd of September before season 4 starts. So just keep that in the back of your mind so that there's no disappointment. Anyway, let's talk about what's coming up in episode 4. So first up, we have Ultimate Esiemo. That's the main headline thing. Then we have the return of Onslaught, which will be the official return, official version. We have 2 new weapons. Transcendent module for Ines. Now, again, it says Transcendent module. So far, people have received 2 modules, but a few times that I've noticed, they all often mention module for Ines. So there might just be one. Again, just, lower your expectations. And then we have new trigger modules, just random modules for other people, I guess. Inversion reinforcement renewal. I think that's a good idea. Monthly balance is for Valby this time. Now, in the last dev stream, they said they couldn't do Ines, the Transcendent modules, and they brought forward the rework for Harris. So this time it'll be Valby. Ines will get her Transcendent module. And then they also mentioned that Bunny will be next. So I'm guessing Bunny will be for June. I'm hoping they look into Nell as well, because if you saw my video from a few days ago, I feel like Nell also needs a little bit of rework. Not in terms of power, because I think power-wise she's fine, but just the play style is a bit more involved. And if they make it a bit simpler, it will be better and she'll get more playtime. Besides this, we have weapon balance for the Enduring Legacy and also the Voltia. Now, the Enduring Legacy being a fire weapon, maybe that has something to do with Ultimate Esiemo, because there might be some synergy with the Descendant, fire element, fire Descendant, fire gun, I guess. So it might be a good one for Esiemo. Then we have something called mod frame. I have no idea. They haven't mentioned anything about this one. So it sounds interesting. Let's see what it is. Then we have new events as usual, more login events and skins and I suppose other things. By the way, regarding the events, I do like this new dice run they added for the Esiemo's dice run thing. I like it. I think it's a fun thing. You get a lot of resources. I've managed to get the 100 million a couple of times already, and some catalysts, a lot of those gold alignment rings and things like that. So I think this is something they need to have regularly, or similar things. Then we have something called bounty operations. Again, we don't know what this is, but it sounds like maybe you have to maybe kill a certain boss a bunch of times or something like that. Like, I don't know, the sculptor, kill him 5 times or something to get the bounty. Maybe so. It could be related to Eckert, perhaps. HU special operations, something related to that. Something similar, I guess. For the Colossus, Abyss Colossus, the Defiler is coming back. Now, Defiler was the second Colossus we got early on. And if you remember, Ines was actually good for the Defiler. We ended up using the last dagger, because the dagger got buffed around the same time with the Glay, and we were clearing the Defiler in about 4 seconds, 5 seconds. But if you were using Ines with her skills, the first skill especially, we were still getting good clear times of around 30 seconds, sometimes under 30 seconds. So maybe that could come back into play again. So it'll be interesting. And then finally, we have skins. Again, we have no idea. It says Goddesses of Albion. So I'm guessing they'll probably make Serena into like an angel type figure with Halo or something, I guess. And then premium skins for Nell Ultimate Esiemo. Again, we haven't seen anything, so no concept art, nothing. So we'll have to wait and see what they have cooked up, let's say. So overall, I'm looking forward to Esiemo. I have started, playing him a bit more. I'm doing the dailies and stuff. And I'm currently trying to put as many catalysts into Esiemo as I can. The idea is that once Ultimate Esiemo comes out, I'll just use is it the Proton Imprinter or the Photon Imprinter? I have 1 or 2 of those that transfer all your catalyst from a normal Descendant to an Ultimate. I'm also trying to see if putting 60 will count 2 times. Like if I have 60 on normal Esiemo, and then I transfer it to the Ultimate, will it count as 2 towards the medal? Because that could save a bit as well. So anyway, that's my current plan. I'm trying to put as many into him as possible. I've already had like 20 or so it shouldn't take too long. And even if it doesn't, I'll try and put as many as possible. So it makes the life a lot easier. Especially now with the ability to craft the catalyst from your phone app, it's just a lot more convenient. Now, regarding the Ultimate Esiemo, once again, nothing to go on, but I'm hoping they add some synergy with a gun. Maybe it could be the Enduring Legacy. And they also give him, basically, he has a lot of power, but his setup is slow. So you have to constantly place your, mines on the ground, and sometimes you don't know if it's landed or not. Sometimes it sticks to a enemy, and then you have to land 4 or 5 of them to get the full benefit. So it takes a little time to get things going with Esiemo. So yeah, so that's what I think they should do, is just speed up the animations and give some sort of gun synergy, so there's another option instead of just constantly using skills. Because at the moment he has the power, but he's slow. So most Descendants will do the Legion Lab, at least in my hands, in about 3 to 4 minutes. People like Viesa and Serena will be under 3 minutes. And then the rest of them, like Glay, will be low 3 minutes, and then Sharon will be low 3 minutes, and Reyna will be almost under 4 minutes, and things like that. So Esiemo at the moment is like 6 minutes. So it's a bit too slow if you are just using the skills. And now if, for example, you were to use the Restored Relic or one of the weapons, then it's less about the Descendant and more about the gun. So I'd like to test with skills only to see where they stand. Anyway, so we'll have to wait and see. As the update gets closer, we'll get more details. Of course, they'll try and have the usual dev stream. They tend to do it a couple of days before the update. So that should be around the 19th, I would think. So yeah, so that is when we'll get more information. Now, the Onslaught mode, overall, I felt like it was good. I liked overall how they had set it up. It was just mostly the visual clutter that was bothering me. The difficulty, once again, we'll figure out some builds with all the constant updates and rebalances. We'll find a solution, a meta that works for a lot of Descendants, and we'll be able to clear things much more efficiently. The rewards, of course, we'll have to wait and see what they offer. But as I said in my video on the Onslaught mode, more rewards would be nice, and not just ancestors module at the end or something, but things like a lot of XP, a lot of gold, Kuiper, those things, just to make it easier to level up and do multiple things at the same time. Because I think this game flourishes when you have a lot of things happening at the same time. You are unlocking this, you are leveling that, you are getting something over here. The research time reduction, that has been one of my favorite things they've added recently. So you are getting 20 minutes research reduction from Onslaught. That is, I think, a great move. And that helps a lot with the crystallization catalyst or anything else that you're researching. So I think that is a must in my opinion. For the weapons, again, it looks like one of them seems to be, I can't tell, it seems both of them are like a beam rifle or something. I think one of them looks like an SMG to me. The other looks like a beam rifle. Again, it's anybody's guess at this point, so we'll have to wait and see. Ines Transcendent module, we know that it might be something firearm related, where she gets buffs for the firearm, and maybe a new electric weapon or one of the electric weapons. We have the E-Buster for her. Maybe it becomes a monster in her hands with the new Transcendent modules, and then we can take on the Defiler boss. So that would be good, because that is the one thing that Ines struggles with. Everywhere else, as far as mobbing is concerned, she is amazing. So yeah, so that will just make it a bit easier. Inversion reinforcement gets a renewal. So yeah, they've removed the invasion, so it makes sense. Valby gets a rework. I think Valby is very popular. A lot of people like Valby. I already have 60 catalysts on Valby. But besides the Forbidden Sanctuary, Valby isn't getting much use. So again, she needs minor reworks to make her more efficient. I think just making all her skills into one archetype will also be useful, because you have dimension skills and fusion skills, and only one of her Transcendent module has a lot of crit, the others don't. So yeah, just reducing the MP consumption and things like that will just make her a lot more fun to use. So again, we'll see what they have planned for Valby. Then we have the two weapons. Voltia, I don't know what they're planning on the Voltia. Maybe it might become useful with Ines and perhaps Bunny when they rework Bunny, because that's an electric gun, it's a beam rifle. At the moment, it's not being used. Only use it had was in the first Void Vessel, where you could break the bubble shields. And yeah, other than that, we don't really use it much. Mod frame, again, no clue what mod frame is. We'll have to see. And new events, and then bounty. Let's see what these bounties are, because the bounty sounds interesting. I think it's definitely something to do with kill a certain enemy. The bounty is on the sculptor, for example, and kill him a few times. I think that's what it appears to me, again, if I was to guess. Yeah, so that is basically it for the preview. Let me know your thoughts as well. I think it looks fun. A male Descendant getting an ultimate version, especially if they rework him like they have for Eugene. Because Eugene is pretty good. I have a preset ready for Eugene all the time. Besides all the female Descendants, like Eugene and one or two others are like Lepic is good and Ajax is good. So those are the 2 or 3 that I keep on my preset list. And let's hope Esiemo can join as well. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts as well, and see you next time.